So hello, good morning and welcome back to the channel here in China. I don't know what to normally say in these introductions, I'm getting used to YouTube, but good afternoon anyways, or good morning wherever you are. Hope everyone is good. But yeah, this video is just going to kind of be more of an introduction to myself, because I know on this channel I haven't really talked about my life or how I've even ended up in China. Because I've been in China for over 2 years now. A lot of people who watch me videos probably don't know why or how I've got here, my experience here. So I thought I'd just start off with this video kind of explaining how I got here. Because I made a video up on the Barrett channel, I'll leave a description up in the link above. It was just kind of a chat about our lives here, kind of everything, talking about everything, Chinese girlfriends, why we came here. Just talking more in depth about China in general. I know on my channel personally I haven't really done that. I started this channel back in February. It was more to do with coronavirus related information and just showing what life was like here under the virus, because obviously it did start off in China and I used that as a platform to share my experience. I'll probably just start off with how I end up in China, and maybe I'll bring out videos later on in the future about my experience here, the difficulties here, because there's many difficulties, and why I do love living here, because I've been here for over 2 years now. I'm living in Shenzhen the whole time, but I really do love living here. It's probably the best decision I've ever made in my life. 21 before I came to China, and I was kind of struggling with life in general. I think the main reason for that was I didn't kind of have the direction. I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. One thing I knew I wanted to do was travel, and I really just wanted to travel and see the world, but I didn't know kind of how I was going to do that, because I was just working in a shitty little job in Newcastle. I had just graduated, so I graduated in 2017 and I was working in this job for about 6 months, and I didn't really have the idea of China or coming to China, but I just knew I didn't want to be in this job. I knew I wasn't happy with where I was at, and it was really starting to get down on us every day. Every day I didn't kind of feel like I had a purpose in life, and I started to really struggle. I did really struggle, because I was waking up every day, I was working for 9-10 hours, and this for me was the real. For a lot of young people now, you get kind of sold the dream of go to university, get a great job, you're going to have a great life. Where it wasn't for me until after I graduated from university that I realised that's not going to be the case. If I lived this life, if I went down that path for 50-60 years, I knew I was kind of going to be depressed, and kind of it wasn't the life for me. I knew that. I knew straight away, about after 1 month in this job, I knew I didn't want this life forever, but I didn't know how I was going to get out of it or where I was going to go. And that kind of came the idea of China. It was in a meeting at this workplace, and we were talking with the colleagues, and it was just kind of a discussion about what you really want to do. And one of my colleagues was saying his dream in life was to go to China, and he really wanted to go to China. It looks an amazing country. And I never even thought about China before, to be fair. I didn't even know what China was like. You see the like cliche films, and you have the perception of China, but I didn't really know what it was like. But that kind of gave us the idea of, okay, he wants to go to China. Not that I wanted to go to China, but it kind of sparked that fire, that ignition in me, that I wanted to get out of this job. That kind of really showed me, okay, I can do this, I can go live somewhere else, I can do it. So that night I went back, I just applied for everything. I say this in the video as well. I applied for like Greece, China, America, like any job you could have think of, just in any country. I kind of wanted a new start. I knew I wanted to travel, I knew I just wanted to get out there. I just applied for everything, put my CV everywhere, and that was it. I didn't hear anything of it for 2-3 weeks. I went back to work at my job, still kind of not happy with the job, not kind of rewarding. I was working for someone else. It was kind of like a business job, kind of working with contracts. It was boring, there was no kind of satisfaction in my day. And then one day I got kind of like a phone call, I didn't know who it was. It was this like Chinese speaking person, or Chinese person with a Chinese accent, and kind of just talking about the job I applied for. But obviously I applied for hundreds of jobs, so I didn't really know which job it was. And it was, anyway, she says, do you want to do an interview next week? And it was for a teaching job in China. And I thought, okay, go on then, amazing. I still didn't really think I was going to get the job or much of it. But then we'd done the interview, I had the interview. And about 3 days later after that, she says, you have the job. She sent us a contract for starting in about 2 months. It was about 2 months time. from when I got the job offer, that the contract, the job. That's when you put in the situation is all your old talk, all your old mouth. Because I was telling people, I was telling my parents, I'm sick of this job, I want to kind of travel, I want a new experience, I want to go to different countries. But now I had the job offer, now it was kind of there. But anyways, I thought, fuck it. I know I probably shouldn't be swearing, but I thought I'm just going to go for it. And in my head I was so determined, I was so set. I thought this is kind of me ticket to a new life. Not a new life, not that my life, I was a failure in my life, but it gave us a new kind of fresh start. And I thought, why not? It's going to be a new experience. I realised that for me, a lot of my happiness and pleasure comes from new experiences. I do get bored and I get kind of a lack of satisfaction if I don't do new things. So for me, this is, I knew I wanted to do it straight away. I 100% was going to go. So anyways, I accepted the offer. I went for it. I told all my parents I was going, all my friends. And no one really believed this. I think they just all thought I was just saying it. Kind of, because I had been this kind of 21-year-old boy who still lived with his parents, still kind of was not really independent, and thought, oh, he's going to go live in China by himself. I don't really believe it. So even up to when just before I went, no one kind of believed it. But I went for it, I sorted out all the contract details. My company sorted all the visa stuff out and everything like that, so it did work okay. Anyways, I packed my case, packed everything up. I didn't really have much anyways. I went there with not that much money either. I think a lot of people go with big savings and stuff. I went with kind of low kind of funds. Didn't really have much savings. I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. And I went, booked my flight, met up. I sent some emails because it was with like an English agency. I sent some emails and met a couple of other English teachers there at the airport. So that kind of made it less daunting because they were going through the same experience as me. I think that's the advice to anyone. If you're going through an agency or with any other English teacher, just to try and get out of them. Because meeting them at the airport kind of took any fear away. Because then we were sharing that experience. They didn't know. I remember as well, it wasn't until like I was on the flight and everyone on the flight was kind of Chinese that I realised what I was doing, where I was going. Like for me, even when I go to Spain, or I hadn't really been to a place like China before, like I kind of knew that in my head, that I knew this was going to be so different and the experience was going to be so different. But it wasn't until I was actually on the plane that it did kick in. And I did think to myself, what am I doing? Like that question did go through my head, what am I doing? But I just thought, just enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. And now I have been living in China for over 2 years, so obviously it was the right decision. And that's kind of how I ended up here. So this is what I was going to do. I was just going to use this video kind of explain how I ended up here. It kind of came from nowhere, just applying for loads of jobs. And then I got the job offer and then I just went for it. Within about 2 months of knowing I was going to China, I ended up coming here. And I'm going to have another video out. I'm going to record that now of my experience here. Because when I first got here, it was difficult. I did go through a lot of difficult times. And I had a lot of problems, a lot of issues. And at times I did feel like I just wanted to come home and go back to my hometown, go back to my parents, go back to the easy life. It was difficult and I did really struggle. That's going to be it for today's video. It's just kind of explain how I end up here, because I knew I have had questions of how did you end up in China, like what made you think of coming to China. And like I've just explained, for me it was just kind of, I got a job offer and I thought, why not, I may as well go for it. But yeah, that's going to be it. In the next video I'll kind of explain my experiences when I did get here. Thanks again for listening and peace out. See you in the next one.